Episode 4. The year 1859. Almost a full decade since the towns were uprooted and brought to the realm of in-between. Many of the towns embracing what technology they had to bring. Others still in shock that they have just been brought here and not knowing if they're by themselves or they have others. We'll find out what happens today in the realm of in-between.
Hello gang, welcome back to the realm of in-between as our train departs, basically. Yep, departs from Huntsman and heads back the other way. It's actually doing pretty well. Now, today, what we're going to do is we're going to be putting in a bit of a train line. I had a bit of a look. It's going to be our first industrial train, or our first, our first industrial train doing some con map work up near Runcorn. Looks like it could be a bit of a challenging bit of track, but I think it's going to be a bit of fun, and con maps can generate a good bit of income as well if you can get them working all pretty well. The other thing is, at some point, our new towns that got ripped and uprooted from their home birthplaces in the real world, Hankston, is we're looking at probably putting a passenger line down there, because that's going to be a fairly straightforward one to put. Let's go and have a look, and then I'll show you a couple of I'll show you the scoreboard going on when it comes to the lines and what money they're generating. If we look down here at Hankston, and if I bring up this menu here, I'll bring up the HUD, you can see Hankston down to Rift could be a nice little passenger line just down there, connecting these guys, and eventually connecting basically what's going to be a bit of an economic buff for the both of them. We can probably piggyback those lines, and eventually the plan will be to then send a train line either around the coastline here or duck under the coastline here along the river into Stroud, and then eventually whipping down to Duckin and Chalk Hills. Now, Duckin and Chalk Hills probably might have a joint passenger rail network, and they'll definitely have a joint freight infrastructure as well, depending on how we can fit that in and where we can squeeze it eventually. But that's probably when we're making a little bit better money along the way. We're making good money now and generating that well. We don't have a lot to play with today. I think last time out we repaid 500,000. So that's it. We can only borrow. We can't even repay yet. Right, up here at Runcorn, we have a Conmats factory, and over here we have a stone quarry, and we have Runcorn needing stone, right? There's lots of resources up here. Tough to get them down. And that's half our trouble. But I'm thinking what's going to be brilliant is a train that's going to go from the quarry over here, sending it all the way up here, into the Conmats factory. The train then has to do a turnaround. Somehow we're gonna have to get our trains turning around up here, which is not going to be easy up on this plateau, and then sending them back to Runcorn where it can drop off. Now, potentially, the goal would be, and I think the smarter thing at the moment would be to actually bring the train up here, outside a freight station outside of the actual town itself, and then actually truck stuff down. But trucks early on are quite slow, I'm aware of that, and that's still a fair hefty distance for that. But I'll tell you what's going to be harder is a train chugging up a hill with a full load of that. It's already going to have to do it that way, so it's already going to be slow there. And with the speed these trains do, I think our best bet to start out with will be to train it into a station here, and then we'll truck it down and bring it up. Okay, vice versa. It's much of a muchness if we send it from there or send it from here. This way, there's already roads. Despite the fact that they're quite heavy, we're just going to probably pile on the actual stuff. So let's get into building today. Let's crack into it. Remember, we can't do too much terraforming. So the other thing, I want to keep the train freight station fairly outside of here. Oh, one thing I did want to mention is there's probably going to be a new town being put in down here. Now that will be not anytime soon. It probably will happen at some point. It'll probably fit in with our story of another town being sucked into the realm of in-between, and this is going to be a great spot for it, and it's going to get a good connection over to these guys, and somehow we can connect it up to Runcorn. I just feel this side of the map just needs one more town on it, because there's only Runcorn at the moment. I feel like one more here would be really nice. I mean, we could even run one over here, but I'd like a town down here, to be honest, just to fill in that corner. And then I'm pretty happy with the amount of towns on this map then. Okay, right, Ham. Enough talking or building. Right, so let's have a look here. We do have a nice working area over here, but remember one rule we've got, and that's no trains turning around on themselves. We do need our trains to reverse around or come around and go. Now, typically I wouldn't mind, but if we're shunting, no, it's a fairly long line. I do have a rule where I don't mind some trains reversing if they're like a shunting train. If they're just shunting stuff here and there, and I'll tell you what. I wonder what a shunting train would be like just up and down there instead of trucks. We can try. Let's trial a few things today. We don't have a lot of money to trial, I'm well aware, but at the same time, it just could really be a good thing. Now, what's this? This is PLM SNCF medium cargo station, right? You're looking at something like this. I reckon you only need like that, don't you? It does come in through, we can bring it in through the back side and the front side. I kind of want to go with something like this. This is a small one, which a small one might fit down here. Okay, let's have a look at this, because I think this is going to work well for us just to start with. It's all we need. All you need is love. Now we can run it out of stone or bricks. Considering that considering that this town is basically a Conmat's town and bricks, I'm thinking we'll make it out of the brick, and I like it, but stone kind of makes sense given the era. Yeah, we'll go stone. Okay. Warehouse office. Let's see what that's like. Okay, it adds that little bit on the back. Yeah, being the main station, it can have a warehouse office and choose left or right. It makes no difference. We'll put it on the left. And we're going to have it, we'll put it on the right, actually. No, left, because I want the platforms on that side so it meets up with the town there. Okay, that's expensive, but that's okay just there. Let's have a look at our height difference here before we just go and plonk this down. We are looking at potentially something around here, right? As long as we're keeping it along there, we might be able to get a half decent flat track down to here. This is where it's going to turn a little bit sticky for us. And I'm thinking we come down into this area and shoot back across here. It is going to have to slightly come uphill, past those buildings, and into here. So the lower we can make this, potentially the better. But the lower we make this, the more we have to channel through there, and it's going to be harder there. Okay, well, we're going to go with this. Okay, just turn this off. We've got an idea. We just need to actually get ourselves a spot here and give ourselves plenty of turnaround room. I'm thinking something like that. Now, can I choose? I cannot. It's basically just going to be about there. Okay, sometimes you just got to put it in, and then it gives you a nice run down the hill there too if we decide to go that route. Now, can I actually change the track? I cannot. So we're stuck with this track. So for the time being, given that we're running a different style track down here, I'm actually quite happy to keep the regular standard tracks as opposed to having the Portuguese, even though they are faster tracks in the long run. We'll be able to upgrade these tracks eventually, but I'm happy to keep the tracks the same. Otherwise we end up like this, which is not bad. It's not terrible. It's just, I think I would prefer each region to have their own style of track. And if this is the way these stations are going to be, we're going to run the tracks at that speed. Now, these tracks are what? They're track limited. 9091. Yeah, that's still fine, right? 120 is their track limit, so they're fine. Right, before we do that, let's get our station in down here where we think we want to put it. Now, if we're gonna have to come around this way and loop into here, right? Building wise, let's go small. 120. We can have both on this one. If we can have both on this one, how on earth do you get the goods in and out of here? That is a mystery. So we're going to go about here, right? This is going to give us a nice big area up here to probably build our train depot and stuff too. If you're going to build a train depot, are you best having a warehouse down here? Having a good station, potentially. That's the medium, and that's the small, but the small allows you to have both. Look, just leave it. Ham, just leave it. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. We're going to switch like that. We're going to go around that way. It's expensive, I know. Right. That is that. Now, with this one, it's brilliant. We've already kind of set here in terms of what we need to do. So, give me my track. Now, we're going to keep you flat, right? You need to come in. You need to reverse up. So, we'll reverse to this way. I suppose you could just turn around on yourself if you're going to do reverses, and then you don't need to. Sure. Sure. This is where it's going to get tricky. Now, you know my rule on heading up. I like to go on that up angle. I don't like to go too much more than that. We're going to go about like that angle there. Right? We still don't know how much up we need here. You're going to follow suit, start heading up. I don't mind a little bit of tunnel. It's going to be needed. And then you're going to have to probably flatten out around about there. So that's good because that's going to give me my split. Go like that. Sorry about that laggy mess then. Right, now you're providing me with a bridge here. That's a bit too new for what we've got. You're going to have to go a viaduct. And you're looking at 256,000 for that. Pieces. Do it in pieces. The trouble is, if I can take it from here. Okay, you're doing funny business, right? So you're doing the funnies. That's better. That's much better. Come down there. That's instantly going to make that cheaper, so we're not running a bridge. You're still 166 because of that. 163 because of that. I think you just got to take it, Ham. Right, there's our turnaround point. I didn't really want that. I'm going to have to delete that bit of road because it's going to hamper what we're doing here. Now, we want to kind of keep a flat track for most of the way, but I think the goal is now, what we're going to have to do is figure out our contour lines a little bit more. So we're running like along that one, which is not really much help. So you've got this line here, this darker line here, which is where? There. So we're a bit high potentially. Potentially, but let's start bringing it from this end now. I think it's going to help us. And we might have to speed up just so we can start making a little bit more money here. Yep, this is going to be costing us a little bit of money to begin with. So, what we're going to have to do here is engage either loans, which loans not going to get us much too far, or we are going to have to just let the time lapsing happen. And I don't mean time lapsing. I'm going to have to put in the time camera. That's expensive. It's just going to be expensive, I think, because of all the terraforming that has to go on with the bit of track. Yeah, okay. Time lens. Right, money's building back up a little bit here and there. I'm going to switch this back. Every time I just put a break in to save some money, I always just knock the speed down just so we can experience the timing together. Okay, so I just had the screen back up because I was just trying to check my contour lines and follow it and just keep us on track here, pardon the pun. Now, I didn't say before, while we just let a little bit more money build up here, I said we were going to check the lines. This is what our lines are doing. So Huntsman City commuter, right? We knew the commuters don't necessarily make that much money. I'm typically not too concerned with commuters not making money, purely based on the fact that I need them to just lift and shift the people to the train stations as much as possible. Even if that means there's extra supply of them just to get those people to the train station and get those people out of the train station, I'd rather have that because what that entail does is keep our train here in the positive, right? So that's kind of what we want to do with that. Still making good money from these two are our big money generators, then followed by Citrus Hills Grain, Transfer, and so on, right down to at least Fossil's commuter is actually making all right money, and I won't lie, the Huntsman one has made profit here and there as well, so it's not like it doesn't make profit, it does make profit. All right, so this is bouncing around the 500,000 mark. Let's just keep going on with this. In future, when I need to put in a break like I just did to save a bit of money, I probably just won't tell you. Just expect me to probably do it. Now we want to keep you nice and flat for the moment, please. I'm going to run this track as flat as possible until the other end. I would rather keep this one nice and flat, keeping the speed up for as long as I can before we actually head down. Now you can see that the track, when it's costing that much at a piece, and what's that? That's 33,000. It's 33,000, but with a bridge it's 83,000. Can you believe how much with dirt? 153,000. 32, 132. 83. I'm happy to, I'm not concerned about running bridges in it. Early on it's just expensive, but I'm still not entirely concerned about it. Now, I would have followed the road, but you can see what the road is doing all the way along. The road is, I don't know if any of you have ever seen Dragon Ball Z, but when Goku has to run along the Snake Bridge Road or whatever it's called, or the Dragon Bridge Road or whatever, yeah, it looks like that. It's just up and down and left and right, and we're gonna head a tunnel here. We're gonna have a cheeky tunnel here. Now, you know, previous maps I've played on about tunnels, how we don't just burrow through big mountains. I still employ, while I in this map, in this playthrough, I'm not employing that rule, enforcing it. I still like to live by it generally when I build my tunnels. I don't like just gargantuan long tunnels, say from this side, from if you went from here and plowed right throughout here. I mean, you could do it. We could definitely do it later on, but it doesn't really make for great track rides and great scenery when your train is just going and burrowing through massive amounts of tunnel. Right, we're going to hug that road just there. I don't mind actually doing that, but you're snaking just the wrong way for me there. What are you? No, so you're too high. Yeah, I'll just have you come like that, I think. Are you running straight? So maybe just run you straight like that. Now we've got a high bit of stuff here. I'm thinking we might have to, we potentially should have cut around through there and come up the back this way. Because what's going to happen here is we're going to get a gargantuan bridge span here, which in theory would look great, but in cost is not going to be great. So I'm thinking, despite the fact that going straight over there is going to be the fastest way possible to get this connected and keep our speed up, we're gonna have to make a turn here for the cheapest point. Now 70 is slow. 80 I will accept. I didn't go to miles per hour ham either. That's my bad. We're gonna have to do that. Also, we do have these two coal mines here that we can send down to the steel mill, so we probably might look at that just for a bit of money generation as well. Now, we're probably still going to end up with a bridge here, but at the same time, we've got to start heading down. And as soon as we hit about here, we're going to start just tapering down a bit. And then we might actually rework and see. No, you're not doing that, friendo. Oh, you already want to start tapering down. Okay, well, we'll start tapering down from here. That's expensive, isn't it? And you're already getting a bit of a bridge. You're going to need to go over the back side of that. which in tail means I probably could have switched this whole thing around down here. And we could sneak up through the back behind that forestry section. Or we can still come up here and through that way, which is not bad. Okay, let me just come this way a little bit, because if that's the case, we're going to have to get you to go slightly uphill again. You sort of flatten out there, which is fine. That little flatten out section's okay, because that allows us to get our connection there nicely. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it flattening there slightly. 110 through there, that's good. Keeping you going like that. Now you're bridging there. I'm going to pull you just to there where the land is still going. So you're going to go like that for me. It's going to get very, very, very intricate and tricky just here. Right. This is quite a steep section, isn't it? So take out that and that. We can always put roads back later, but for now we don't need the roads. That's a steep hill, but we're going to keep it on that grade anyway. It's a steep hill for these trains early on, I'll tell you that much. Oh boy, oh boy. How low can you go? We're probably going too low there and too high here. So at some point we're going to have to flatten you out. Can I actually bring you across the top of that ridge is going to be better for us. And just to have a look here, that ridge is that dark line there, which is in turn, it should be in theory, that line there should be this line here. Which in theory means we're a touch high here. So I want to keep this on. Okay, let's bring you around here. We're going to have to delete that road out. Sorry about the green, but I'm okay with leaving this green. Now, you're still too high there, which means I've still maybe the flatten was the best case. This is gonna be the hard bit. So maybe I am okay running this flat through here. Like that. You know what? I'm okay with that. Hug that for me nicely. Keep that flat, please. Yeah. So you're still running high. Okay. Run that to there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And this is coming down here to this line now. We're coming down to meet this dark black line just here. Just there. You need to come down like that. So we're just a bit high. So now we just keep running you down about that height. You can see that's the dark line there. We're almost met to it. And then what we're going to start doing is tapering this down like such. And that dark line is stretched right with it. So we're going to wait for 160,000 here. And then you still need, I think you're going to be okay there. You know, I think they're going to match. They should match okay. Are we just a bit low? We're just a bit low. So I reckon you can just flatten out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. we got 1 point. Well, we got 1 point something in the bank anyway, put it that way. Feast your eyes on how spectacular this bridge looks. If we do this to there, that and that, doesn't that look great? That's what we've been saving up for. Bang. That cost us just over $1 million, but I tell you, what a great looking bridge up here. What a great view they're going to have. Oh, I've put in the wrong rail. Well, we're going to have to run with it. Oh dear, I actually put in the key tracks. Wow, that's what we're going to have to run. We're running key tracks. Not only is that scary for the rails, for the trains, but probably highly dangerous for this. Either way, I'll get that. Once we make money, we can come back and fix this. I'll probably change up what this bridge anyway. Holy moly. I didn't realize that I still had that selected. Anyway, that's in now. It's something a little bit different, isn't it? Running the key tracks. We'll fix that up later on, but I think you get the premise. The bridge looks good. And it'll be totally fine once it's done. That's our complete hookup done. What we have to do now here, what we have to do down here now is get this to turn around as well, which is going to be fairly straightforward. It shouldn't, well, it might cost us a little bit of money still. We might actually come around this. I could come back this way, but I want the town to be able to access that platform right there. Okay, I managed to, while I was waiting for that money just then, managed to eat an apple. I had a nice cold green apple for a snack. And Hank absolutely loves when I eat the green apples because he gets to have a go too. That's a long way around. Are you okay with that? I'm totally fine with it, to be honest. That's a lot of money for that. Gotta cut back that way now. It's going to be more expensive than I thought putting this bridge in. I mean, putting this turnaround in. Look, it just is what it is. It has to be a thing. It's just got to be a thing. It's got to come to there. And so it's going to be 209,000 of your finest plus that. So you're looking at $258,000. I think we should be able to do that. We're in March of 1861 already. Crikeys. Time flies when you're saving money. Right? So what we're going to do, once we get this in, we'll probably put... Look, I'm thinking I was going to put it down the other end, but I think what we're going to do... a rail yard. Where we're going to fit our... There's plenty of space down here for the rail yard, to be honest. Yeah, we'll probably just attach it out the back here like this. And I think we'll be done with it. Then we can put our train in. And we can get our other lines done here so we can get this Conmat stuff going. We're probably not going to get to the passenger line over there today. Definitely not. But look, we've still got to put our connection lines to all these points yet and connect that up down there also. So that's also a thing. Come on. We're getting close to this money. Let's get it in. How are you looking here? No derailments? Nope. Looking pretty Gucci. Got the right track selected this time. Lucky it was on a bridge because the key track kind of gets lost in the bridge a little bit. And like I said, it might become a bit of a legacy bridge, this one. It may be reserved or preserved as the old bridge. But when the modern days come, we may end up having actual proper, like a proper big concrete bridge that runs along next to it, or a nice big girder bridge, and we'll preserve the old viaduct bridge. Now, down... what was I about to say? Something to do. No, I've lost it. I lost my train of thought. Talking about the bridges, but that's fine. Okay, we can take that now. So take that and we are fully connected. We just need to get that train depot in. So what I would like to do, I'm going to use the same one that we used about the other place. It's just going to be cheap, effective for now. We're going to run it... Good question. I might just slot it into... Might run this one down here. Now we don't need the twin track. I might just slot it into something like this. So what you're better off doing is giving me track like that. That didn't quite work. Give me it like... that, then like that. This is going to be better. All right. Delete. That. Will it fit on here now? Can I squeeze you there and will you connect? It's running twin anyway. That's 62. It's way cheaper to put that in. I would prefer you to be on that shed. So if that's the case, Sure. It's slightly running uphill, but there's no derailment sections there, so that's gonna be totally. Whoa, that's game breaking. I don't really want to. Yeah, okay, can't run that. Look. There are points when I'm happy to run something, and there are points when I'm happy to delete it, despite the fact of the money. I would rather delete it than have to terraform that. So this needs solid ground to sit on by the look of it. Bugger on toast. How about you sit up here? I think that's going to work a little bit better for you, isn't it? So, get our track in. Get our track in. We'll have you like there. Thanks. Okay, that's the game you want to play. Happy to play it. Have we got any holes in the earth? No holes in the realm of in-between, please. Only the crafty narrator is allowed to put holes in the realm of in-between. So you're going to go like that. Right. And you are going to go like that. Right, so that's just how that's got to be for the moment. It's temporary until we get our rail yard in here. Like I said, so that goes out of there like that. All right, all the meantime, we've been saving money, which is brilliant because now we've still got to get roads connection in. We might just, look, it's going to be quicker if you just shoot over there. And I know what you're saying. If the train line was connected to that, it's an easy thing. You don't need to put vehicles in. But I didn't want to just narrowly put a train station just here. I would rather have things look, even though I know, and I get it, it's a fantasy world we're playing in. But I would rather have things look a little bit more legitimate than not. In terms of a connection point here, connection point's out the back there. Okay, come on, game. At some point here, you've got to give me what I need. So you're looking at like there, are you? Okay, then. I want you to peel off that way for me. Yep. And a bit of a steep climb there. Oh, very steep climb there. Can you just drop that down? Yep, nice. Brilliant. And I'm going to clean up this little junction section just here because I don't like it. Right, and that will whip into that corner there. And that's a much better junction. Okay, it makes a little bit more sense now. This here is going to swing around that way eventually and pull into that. Right. I don't really want to waste the money now putting that up, so I'm not, but that will go there. So that's got a connection there, right? Nice, got it good. That actually goes all the way to there. And that goes all the way to, let's say, truck stop. We only need one. Your connection point is, oh, hang on a minute. Your connection point is to there. So the distance they're going to have to travel is still going to be not too much. We put you there. There to there. Love it. I actually love it. Stop it, Ham. I'm not going to stop it. I'm not going to stop it. Where's the cheaper point to put it? I'm actually going to go with that. I think that is the cheekiest thing. Doing something like that. I'm going to give them a bit more turnaround space. Right. We're out of money there. That's totally fine. While we save up a little bit more money, how's about we get in a line I know what you're saying. That is ridiculous. And I will agree. But like I always say, it is temporary. I wonder if I should give them a little bit more turnaround space. Nah, stuff it. It's literally... we can fix it later. Look, when we're making all the money, like I said, and we've got better vehicles that carry more and go faster and whatever, then we can do the fun things and make things look nice. But for now, I'm trying to be practical and make money here. Right. It's literally just going to be called fucking stone delivery truck. Okay, it's literally just going to be called that. We also need a truck depot. We're going to need 2 up here. Annoyingly, where's the cheapest spot I can put this? I think just there. Right, before I put that in, let's put our lines in. I will want to tell the trains to come this way. Same at this side. I want to tell you to come this way. All right, so while that's still saving up money for us, because we're going to need it to hook up the... Luckily, that one's not as bad to get this into town. But don't forget, we've still got that connection to go yet. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep, we do. Right, so at least we can get this in now. Let's go line. Let's go waypoint to there, to the station, to that waypoint there, right? And that's going to be the stone line. It's white, which doesn't really help us. It's grey. Does white stand out more? White stands out a little bit better. So this is going to be, I'm just going to call it the run con mats line. Okay, run con-mats line. All right, so that's done there. Brilliant. Now, what are you going to do here in terms of getting that up the hill? The quickest way to get that up the hill, obviously, is by train. Right? Now, this one here, like I said earlier, that's a steep hill to climb. Too much slope as the crow flies. Okay. Right, let's see how we can go with this. We're going to put in the small, right? We're going to put in the small station. How now, brown cow? I could have you up on this hill, which might actually help because that's too low down there. And you still got a connection to that point there. This might be tough. We might not have the money. Not only that, it's got a steep hill to climb. I think we've got to do vehicles. I think we've got to do it. It's going to take a lot of vehicles to get up and down that hill. Jeez, it's got a wide area to work on. But can I somehow make a more direct route for these roads to go? Down the hill, they're going to be fine. A train line is going to be so much better. But for the moment, Cost-wise, we just can't afford it. However, we still can put our truck stop in. Nice and big, like, thanks. That's a bus stop, Ham. Wait, I didn't do bus stops at the other end, did I? Oh, dearie me. That's expensive. That's expensive. That's expensive. That's out of touch. On 64. It's expensive, but it'll have to do. That's a tough route for these trucks to go. Can I have a bypass road here? I would love a road to just shoot down there for me, planks. Right, happy to go with that. So that's going to straight cut that a little bit more. You probably needed to wend down there, but probably not so severe. It could be just a bit more like that, you know. Any save we can do by turns and little silly bits, I think we've got to try and take it here. Right, we've just got to try and take it. Just edge down there for me, thanks. 78,000 just because you're raising the ground there a little bit. Wow. Come on, come on. There we go. That's still not quite happy with that, but we're just going to have to take it. You can't avoid bends here and there, especially on a hill like that. Right. It's expensive, isn't it? Let's get you hooked up. Let's just go like that. Let's go like that. Okay. Because that will be the final piece to the puzzle, having you connected there. And then what we've got to do, look, in terms of look, we've already got trucks doing fair things, right? Fair lengths. Look at this one here. That I would think from up here, what are we looking at? From there down to there is probably, if not longer than there to wherever we can get this truck stop. I would think this is going to be shorter. So I actually think trucks is going to be the way to go here for that. Let's build our truck stop here, somewhere where we can get this nice and close yet far away. Makes sense? And we want to put a double in. We may come from this side or this side. So I may not have needed both of those. You have a connection to there. Right, that's where your connection point is. What point? Where is it going to be cheaper for us to build this truck stop? Like nowhere? If I have you here, you've still got connection. Let's bring the price down. Having two platforms is expensive. I just want to get you in so we can get things rolling. That's going to be better. It still has a connection. Yes, it does. Right. Let's get you a little bypass street just here. Sure. At $39,000. At $39,000. No, you're just going to have to make a turn. I mean, could you do that? I could do that. That's a nice little split off. And hence the beginning of roundabout start. You know, in my game, I love a good roundabout. Okay, so we've got Runcorn's truck stop in. I've got the lines set up. If we have a look at these lines here, you can see Runcorn Combat's delivery comes in here, picks up and does its thing. I'm also going to set Runcorn South maximum stop time any. Same for the processing trucks. Manage the line. You're actually both going to be set to any because I want you guys in and out as quick as a flash, right? And same down this end. Don't be stopping and holding everyone up. Manage the line. Both of these in and out, please. Okay. Both of you in and out, right? Just how we're running things for this time on this map. Right. Now comes the expensive part. The train and the actual trucks themselves. Now, we do have 500,000 in the bank ready to go. This whole process, what we've just put in today, is either going to be hit or miss. Now, given the fact that Runcorn itself isn't in great... look, Runcorn doesn't have a bucket... It doesn't need a bucket load of commats, right? Basically, but still... It can grow. It can grow. Okay. That's the whole beauty of it. That's the point. We want it to grow and do its thing. Eventually, they're going to crave passengers from outside and they're going to crave getting outside as well to other places. Really tough for them being up in the mountains like this, but it is what it is. They're kind of isolated. They're stuck on their own. They've got to just nut it out and do the best they can to the best of their ability. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at train costs first. So train wise, we are looking at the Borsig here. We need a good tractive effort, right? Because of our uphill thing, but generally it runs at a fairly flat pace. The general really has the best tractive effort. No, here we go. Yeah, 26. And the tractive effort's what's going to help it get up those steep inclines when it's got that load on. Its weight is 40 tons. I think we're gonna have to go with the general again, team. I really do. But right now, it's what we got. You're looking at 476,000 just for the general. Okay. Borsig here. Much cheaper. That's pretty expensive. 30 kilonewtons. It's basically, look, it's at 130 kilowatts, 140 kilowatts at 30. That's, that's not too bad. We could go that. It's expensive. We haven't done it. Maybe we do. Yeah. It is heavier. It's a toss-up. I think we'll go this one, We'll add that. The wagons we're going to need are literally just going to be one-way delivery gondolas. Now, what have we actually got here? Got the wooden plank. They take 4. I don't think we've got anything more than 4, do we? 7. And 7. These are 10 tons. These are 10 tons. Lifespan 12. Loading speed 1. I think there's not much difference weight wise. Lifespan, these are a little bit longer. I would prefer to go with something like, let's have a look at this. On the flat, you're at 50. On the medium, you're going to 31. And we've put medium track in, remember? We haven't put high grade in. Not enough power for high grade. So there you go, right there. I would like to go to the point. Now that's 2.95 million. We can't afford that, Ham. Well, let me just tell you this. I have a little editing book here, so when I have to put a pause in and put a cut in, like when we're saving money, so otherwise we have to sit here and waste time, and I come back to my book and I say, okay, at the 1 minute 09, so 1 hour 09 mark, we put a break in because we're saving money. It is now the 1 hour and 30 minute mark of recording, so you can do the math. That's how long it's taken to save the money. But in the meantime, and I forgot to switch this down a few months after, we got the Class GV come in. 190 kilowatts. It does 55. It's got 50 kilonewtons of tractive effort. It's 31 tons as opposed to 40 tons here and there. And we were going to go the Borsig here at 32 tons at 45 with a tractive effort of 25. So this beauty here was purchased for freight train on the line from Petersburg to Warsaw. Okay, so we are going to be going with this one. We're running 56 now. It probably would have been best to split this into 2 trains, doing 2 trips on this line and splitting the track into 2. But for now, we're going to have to run the 1 and buy it and set it on the line. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And here it is. Look at it go. It's taken me... It's taken me literally 21 minutes to save the money for that in game. And oh boy, it's worth every penny. Look at this beauty come out of the station up here. The wagon's following. So we're going to have a load of 56 on that eventually. So while that kicks off, all right, that's the speed. This is that's coming out of the station though. But hopefully that's not the speed that it's going at. It's only going at 2 an hour. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and we'll start purchasing vehicles. And luckily I didn't want to use the 500,000 we had in our back pocket because we're going to need that to put the vehicles on down at the other end. So cargo here, we're going to run the horse-drawn carriage here, the lighter ones. They're 0.5 of a ton and these 1.5. So we are definitely going to run these. I'm going to say 6. All right. That's going to cost us 143,000. We are going to need to make a little bit more money here again because I didn't give myself any leeway ahead doing that savings, but that train is off and running. Look at it go. Okay. Look at it go. The smarter thing would probably to have saved a bit more money and get it going. Oh yes, actually it would have because, oh no, here we go. We were heading in the wrong direction. Buy vehicles. This one, let's go 6 like that. We're going to need 143,000. Come on, game. I know we're going to lose money because of this train. 136,000, but we can still make a little bit of money here and there just with these lines, you know. This one's going to cover the cost of that one, and the rest of you can make money. I know you can. Let's do it. Come on. Don't make me buy this now. Don't make me get this now. It's going to make me do it now. It's going to make me do it now, isn't it? Like to get back into positives. Come on, be positive. Oh, back to 105,000. It's gonna, okay. We're gonna have to just put another little pause in here for a sec, I reckon. Unless I just bite the bullet. Bite the bullet, Ham. Bite the bullet. Borrow the money. Buy the 6. Put them on the line. We are ducking that one. And then buy the trucks here because we need to get the line. We need to get the line actually running. And that way we can just start generating money out of it. I haven't put a truck depot down here. Of course you haven't. Let's go like that. That's expensive. Wherever you are the least amount of money. 19, 18. 18 it is. Okay, buy me this, 2 of these, 3 of those. Buy that and set them on the delivery line for that. They are run corn delivery. And then buy these. How many can we get for 200,000? That's it. Buy 9. Set those on. That's not going to be enough, but it'll be enough to get the line cranking. And that's it. We are spent. From now on, we're negatives unless this line generates money and starts making a tournament. Right. We know the lines are working at all ends because the stone has started kicking off here. What's going to happen is now they'll drop that in here. And then that in turn, luckily, like we don't need a lot of trucks on this one purely because by the time this gets back, it should have a load. And at least if there's 56 on the deck here, that's all we're going to need it to do is have 56 on the deck here by the time the train gets back so it can send a full load up. And look at that. We've already got 4, 6. So we just keep these guys generating a little bit of money. What I do want to do is potentially, what's their line rate? And their rate is 145 and 20 seconds. That's pretty dang good. These guys here down this end are the ones we're going to need to have a better line rate and better frequency. The processing line. Now they're at 116. So they're the ones that we need to make sure that we can get more vehicles for. So at any time, I want to try and at least generate another truck here. There we go. One more. And that's going to bring, it's just going to slowly start to bring it down. Oh, I just missed out on it. Just missed out on it. Come on. If we can just get one, at least, I would like at least 2 more, to be honest. Oh, I just missed it again. Okay, well, that's just going to keep divvying out. That could be a fun little mini game, isn't it? It's like whack-a-mole, trying to just hit it on the head. Right, how many we got down here now? 52. Right, we are on par. So, I think the only thing we can do now, and the train's about to come in, so this is brilliant. Oh my gosh. Track ride along today is going to be this one, obviously. Oh man, what a big episode. Oh wait, 52,000. Let's get another couple on that while we can. Processing. Manage the vehicles. Another 2. Brilliant. That's at least going to take that down to 87. So the more vehicles we can get on this line, the more money we can make on it. By getting that stone turned around, right? It is only 1-to-1, so it's brilliant for us when you think about it. Right, come back here. Oh, this is already off and running with a full load of stone. We've missed the pickup and stone coming in, so eventually we'll be able to, I think, double track along this rail, and then we can actually put, we can probably put 2 trains on it is what I'm trying to say there. Man, I would like at least another 10 trucks on this, I'll be honest. Would really like another 10 trucks on that. They're coming up. Let's just see all together how much this train makes when it pulls into the station. So it's up here now. It's tracking along at 46, 47. That's not too bad. That's going all right up that hill. Oh, there it is on our lovely bridge. the lovely key bridge. Nerve-wracking, and if it makes a bit of money, I can get a bit more on here. Moron? That's what you are, Ham. Right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right, that's gonna help us. Let's get let's get some more vehicles on here, please. What's that? 7, 8. That's going to take us to 20 vehicles. That's going to take that line frequency and that rate to 72 and down there. So that rate's looking a lot better now. That rate's above what we're bringing in, right? So we've got 56 only coming in. That rate's going to be about that, which means we could probably afford, I reckon, to potentially get another wagon or 2 on there if we can, but it's going to slow us down. Modify for 200,000. All right, that's going to take us to 63, and we'll slowly just keep doing that. I think potentially we should knock a truck off that, but I don't really want to at the same time. It'll be fine. It'll be fine for the moment. It'll be fine. Right. That's going to generate some good little income for us when it lands in, and I think we should be right from there. We've got 103 sitting on the deck, so we're going to be... I think next time out, we potentially want to double this track up and see how we go with sending 2 trains up and down this track just to get the frequency of the trains going a little bit better. I do want to look at... Ooh, that would have been really nice to save to get over there without 2 coals. Unfortunate, that's just the way it is. But we have a coal there and we have a coal there. It's just sometimes how it's got to be at the moment. Yeah, I'd like to get this passenger line in too and start getting these guys connected. But today I did really want to work on this up here, just at a different section of the map. And I think commats is a really good way to sort of generate and make a bit of money here and there. Right. When this train gets down here to do its pickup, we will jump on board and we're going to be doing our track ride along today. Ladies and gentlemen, gang, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a long one. We're now at the hour 40-minute recording mark here, and what doesn't seem much just building one line up and down, trying to build the line up and down with the least early on in the 1850s or 1860s with not much money. We've got no loan left and it's on hard mode. You can understand why this can tend to be a little bit of a slow burner at the start, but I'm all about it. I love playing these maps when we're doing the slow burners. We are going to be running at 2 times speed while we do this track ride along. No, you know what? We'll run at the front like this. All right, so I am keen to just do the track ride along as is today, like this, just to see. Because it helps me kind of figure out and iron the bumps on the track. So today's track ride along will be from first person point of view, gang. Thanks for hanging out and thank you for spending some of your precious time here. I do appreciate it a lot. Please consider leaving a like. The more we like, the more I can record, and send it to your friends. Get it out there. Get the video out. Let's get the videos out there. We want to get some more views on here and more people joining the community with some great ideas that you guys have had in the comment section down below about a lot of stuff, and I'd really do appreciate it. Some of you have been asking when the map is coming to the store, to the Steam workshop. I will get it up very, very soon for you all, and I'll let you know in a post on the community page, and I'll let you know in one of the episodes when I'll be putting it up. Okay, it won't be too far away, so stay safe wherever you are. Stay glued to your screen. Get out of here. Now I know why it's 25 kilometers through here. Right, because the duct. Yeah, this is no good. Oh, there's a bit of land here. I'm gonna have to save up and change this bridge around.